Hello guys, thank you and welcome to my YouTube channel again. Now in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you about this question on the board involving the equation of a straight line. So the question on the board reads, find the equation of a straight line passing through the points 3, 2 and negative 3, 6, giving you an answer in the form. So in this case, the answer should be given in the form of x over a plus y over b should be equal to 1 when a and b are constants. So that is part A of the question. Part B of the question, state the coordinates of a and b, which the line in A above cross the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. Then part C of the question reads, using the information in A and B above, find the area of the triangle A or B, where O is the origin. Then the final question, find the acute angle in the line A above makes with the x-axis. So this question is very easy to solve, but you don't need to worry about it because I'm going to make it a bit simpler for you to understand it so that you can tackle any questions involving writing or equation of a straight line in any given form. So the part of the question, we are supposed to find the equation of this straight line passing through those 2 points. So the gradient, first of all, for us to find the equation of this particular straight line, we should find the gradient of this particular line. So the gradient of the line is always obtained by the change in the y coordinate over the change in the x coordinate. So the gradient, so I will denote gradient by letter m. So gradient m is the same as the change in y all over the change in x. So now the coordinates of 2 points are, we got 3, 2, 3, comma 2, and negative 3, comma 6. Now the first coordinates, the first point coordinates, this one is the x coordinate, and this one represents the y coordinates. So this is the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So the first point is 3, 2. So I assume this one is my first x coordinate, x1. Then this one is my first y coordinate, y1. Then in the second point, this is my second x coordinate, x2. Then this is y2, the second y coordinate. Now the gradient of this particular line. So the change in y, so the gradient is equal to the change in y over the change in x. This can be the same as, we got y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the y2 in this case is 6. You subtract y1, that is 6 minus 2 all over negative 3 minus 3. The x2 minus x1. So 6 minus 2, this one is equivalent to 4 over negative 6. So the gradient of that line is divided by 2, 2 by 2, negative 3. So the gradient is negative 2 over 3. So that is the gradient of that particular straight line passing through the points 3, 2 and negative 3 and negative 3, 6. Now we want to find the equation of this line. We can find the equation of the line first of all by finding in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So for us to find the equation of this line, we take one of the coordinates. I can pick coordinate 3, 2, and I create my own coordinate that is x, y. So taking 3, 2, and another coordinate which is x, y, and the gradient of this line. The gradient in this case is minus 2 over 3. So now to find out the equation of the line, now we write the gradient is equal to the change in y all over the change in x. So the gradient in this case is minus 2 over 3 is equal to the change in y. That is y minus 2 over x minus 3. So this is my x, y. So the y minus 2. So in this case, because we have an equal sign and it is a fraction, we cross multiply. Cross multiplying, we get 3 into bracket y minus 2 is equal to minus 2 into bracket x minus 3. So this is equal to what is inside the brackets affects what is affected by what is outside the brackets. So this opening the bracket is 3 times 5, we get 3y minus 3 times 2, that is 6, is equivalent to negative 2x. The negative times negative is a positive 6. So now the question should be in the form of x over a. Means that you're supposed to start with x. So this one crosses the equal sign, and this one also crosses the equal sign. So when negative 2x crosses the equal sign, becomes 2x. So it goes 2x plus 3y is equivalent to 6. Negative 6 also equals sign will become positive 6 is equal to 12. But now we need to leave our side in the form of x over a plus y over b is equal to 1. So it means that on the right hand side of the equation we are supposed to be left with 1. How are we going to deal with it? So for us to remain with 1 on the right hand side of the equation, we divide both sides by 12. By 12, by 12, by 12. So the equation of this line, so by 2, 1, by 2, 6, it will be x over 6 plus by 3, 1, by 3, 4. Y over 4 is equal to 1. So the equation of the line, part B of the equation, state the coordinates of A and B at which the line in part A above cross the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. So the equation of that line, we obtain it as x over 6 plus y over 4 is equivalent to 1. So now, at a point where the line crosses the x-axis, that is the x-intercept of that given line, and at a point where the line crosses the y-axis is the y-intercept of that given line. So at x-intercept, where any given line crosses the x-axis, at that point the value of y is equal to 0. So point A is the x-axis intercept, that is the x-intercept. So for point A now, we now write at x-intercept is the point which that line cuts the x-axis. The value of y is equivalent to 0. So the value of y is equal to 0 now. We substitute the value of y with 0 on the in the equation. So the equation is x over 6 plus y, that is 0 over 4, is equal to 1. So the value of x here is equal to 6 because this one is reduced to 0. So the value of x is equal to 6. So the coordinates of point A, the coordinate is always the form of x comma y. So the coordinates of point A will be 6, 0. So that is at x-intercept. That is point A. Now for point B, the y-intercept now. The y-intercept, at y-intercept, the value of x is equal to 0. So B, again write at y-intercept, the value of x is equal to 0. Now, we are going to substitute the value of x with 0 in the equation of this straight line. So the equation of the straight line was x over 6 plus y over 4 is equal to 1. So the value of x is 0. 0 over 6 plus y over 4 is equal to 1. So in this case, the value of y will be equal to 4. Now, what is the coordinates of point B? Because the value of x, at B is 0, and the value of y is 4. So the coordinates of point B is equal to 0, 4, and the coordinate of point A is equal to 6, 0. Now on part C now, here comes, using the information in A and B above, find the area of the triangle AOB, where O is the origin. Now, if this is the Cartesian plane, O is the origin. The origin is where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. This is point O. The coordinate of point A was 6, 0. So the x-coordinate here is 6, the y coordinate is 0. So here we have 6. So here is where we have point A. And then the coordinate of point B is 0. The x-coordinate is 0, and the y-coordinate is 4. So I can assume now this is point B here, because 4 is now on the upper side. So the y here, the y-coordinate here is 4. So this is the x-axis, and this one you have the y-axis. and we have point O, that is the origin. Now, find the area of the triangle AOB. Now, if this is y-axis and this is x-axis, the point where they meet, the angle between the y-axis and the x-axis is always 90 degrees. This angle here is 90 degrees. Now, we need to join this one. We have a right angle triangle. Now, we need to get the area of this triangle. So, the area of the triangle is equal to a half times base times height. So, the area is equal to a half multiplied by the base of the triangle. The base of the triangle is from this point to this point, which is 6 units. That is 6. That is the x units, and then the vertical one, the horizontal one is 6, and the vertical one is 0 to 4. That is 4. So by 2, 1, by 2, 3. So here the answer area is equal to 12 square units. Now again comes to part D. The part D, find the acute angle the line in A above makes with x-axis. This question is very easy, very, very easy. Now we had already plotted the line on the Cartesian plane. Then the points, the coordinate of point A, that is the x-intercept. So here we got 6 division, and the vertical one we got 4 division. That is the y-intercept. That is point B. And this angle here is 90. If that angle is 90, so find the acute angle, the line. So this is the line that we have just drawn, line AB, makes with the x-axis. So the line AB makes with the x-axis which angle? So from the Cartesian plane, this is the one which is called the x-axis, the horizontal axis. Then the vertical axis, the y-axis. So the x-axis and the line, they are making this angle. This is the angle here. So now if this was an eye, and I always look at the opposite side. So this becomes the opposite, and this becomes the adjacent. Now the opposite now is 4 units, the adjacent is 6 units. So from the knowledge of SOHCAHTOA, the only rule that we're going to use here that deals with opposite and adjacent here is tan. We don't need to argue that. So tan of theta, tan of the angle theta, so tan of this angle is equal to opposite. So the opposite is 4 over 6. So the value of theta here, if tan theta is equal to 4 over 6, the value of theta here is equal to the tan. This one is equal to the tan inverse of 4 over 6, of which the answer here is 33.69 degrees. So this is the angle this line makes with the x-axis. Subscribe for more updates. Thank you.